So after college, you graduate with communications focus on sports broadcasting.
Yeah, you couldn't call it that. It was just communications. Yeah.
And then what was your thought process? At this point, you were fully invested in comedy, it sounds like.
Yeah, I was. At that point, I thought I was going to go to L.A. and do the Groundlings.
Oh.
That's all there was.
Sure.
It was that or Second City.
Yeah.
And I looked at, like, SNL. How do people get to SNL?
Yeah.
It's like the Groundlings or Second City. But what happened is a friend of mine had a cousin in Ireland, and he said, hey, why don't we go to Ireland? We'll get, like, student visas. We'll work over there, and we'll hang out, and then we'll go to Europe. So that's what I did. I spent, like, a year, basically.
That is incredible.
Yeah, it was awesome.
And just traveling Europe.
Traveling and working. So I, like, paid my way around the world by working in shitty bars and stuff.
That's incredible.
Yeah, it was
You were
great.
just being like a bar back and stuff?
Yeah, for sure.
Do you speak other languages?
No, not a lick. Not a single word. No, that's not true. I
You
mean,
know beer in 36 languages.
Yeah, totally. That's what it was. It was like drinking beer and smoking pot around the world.
That's incredible. Yeah. So it was you and two others, or you and just the other one?
Me and my one friend, and then he ended up going back to Virginia really quickly. And then he was broke. I had worked 2 jobs my senior year and like had a bunch of money that I was able to like kind of get started with.
Okay.
And then
what were you
was
doing
dead
for
broke.
work?
Radio. I did.
Nice.
I worked at the NPR affiliate in Roanoke, Virginia. Real weird. Yeah, which it got set up through like an internship at school, and I parlayed that into a job.
Did you do a slow cadence and everything?
I kind of did the NPR thing of like.
Is Mark Raterman?
Yeah, totally. It was like a car crash on I-81 in Roanoke turned over a fucking truck. That's how good I would write. I'd always F-bombs would be dropped in the middle of they'd be like, dude, you can't say that. This is Mark fucking Raterman. We got another truck turned over. Fucking sucks out here, gang.
So you had that NPR money basically, and he did it.
Sweet NPR money. And then I worked at a classic rock station.
Oh, nice.
In Radford, Virginia.
Nice.
Yeah.
Awooga.
It was called The Bear. 105.9 The Bear. Yeah.
That was like a cat, but okay.
It was like a sexy cat bear.
A man bear pig.
It was a man bear pig.
So you had money to sort of offset the lack of...
Yeah, not a ton. Like at The Bear, I made $5.50 an hour.
Right.
Yeah.
But I feel like a lot of people don't have a ton when they go over there, and they make it work, like hostels and everything.
Yeah, totally. I mean, lived cheap as hell the whole time. And then I got jobs in bars. So I was actually like had a stash of money from the summer that I could just like a safety net. And then I would make money under the table at these bars serving beers.
It's incredible.
Yeah, it was so awesome because nothing mattered then. I was 22 years old.
Yeah.
And it was just drinking and hanging out
and sightseeing.
And sightseeing and working. And like I actually was able to kind of hang out in these like certain places around the world that you normally wouldn't be able to do, right? Like most people go and they're like, we're doing 2 weeks in Europe, and it's like 1 day in Prague, 1 day in Budapest. But I kind of stuck to like a couple of places for longer, which was really cool.
And you got to get the feel and the culture and the zeitgeist.
And you have like a day-to-day existence where you have to walk home at 5 o'clock and like, you know, come into some shitty flat and like, you know.
That's incredible.
It was cool, yeah.
Did it make you, let me ask you this, did it make you appreciate America more or less? Your year, fresh out of a liberal educated college, did it make you...
It did, yeah. When I came back around, I ended up coming back into Hawaii.
You son of a bitch.
I know, it was great. First and only time I've ever been to Hawaii. It was amazing.
I love Hawaii.
And I had come from Indonesia and had been there for a couple months. And I came back and like in Indonesia, it was like everything is hard. You know, like if you wanted a cup of coffee, they'd serve it to you in a plastic bag and a straw. Like no joke, that's how they would serve it on the street. And you know, you'd be meeting people named like Mukhtar and stuff like that. I come back into Hawaii and it was like, hey, Frank, me and Paul are going to get lunch. You want to come? I was like, fucking Frank and Paul. This is my place. Everything's way easier. It's more convenient.
Yeah.
It was so much more familiar. But the thing that it made me realize is that I could live anywhere. Like I could live in any city. If I could live in Jakarta for a while, I could live in LA, I could live in New York, I could live in Chicago. So it gave me a confidence in terms of like independence and living on my own and working at these jobs and stuff like that.
So it gave you an appreciation for the U.S.
Somewhat, yes. If that's the answer you want to hear from me.
US. No, I don't.
The ease would definitely.
And the familiarity. But obviously,
yeah.
you learned a shit ton along the way.
Yeah.
That's amazing. At 22, you basically did more than most people do in their entire lives.
Maybe, yeah. Could be.
I think so.
Never thought of it that way, but sure, I'll take it.
Favorite place you saw?
Man, so many. Ireland was incredible. Yeah. Loved Ireland.
Like
loved
the cliffs
Hawaii.
on the west side, or
yeah, I mean the whole shebang. I didn't do the Cliffs of Moher. I didn't actually see it, but I did like the Ring of Kerry. It's simple. Like a lot of the places, like I was mostly in this like south, and then on the two coasts. It's just this simple, beautiful like rolling hills and like farmland. You got the sea. I loved Hawaii.
Hawaii is amazing.
I
went last summer.
City of Amsterdam was amazing. London I liked a ton. Greece. I was in Greece. It was beautiful. I loved Indonesia. It was a really bizarre place to be, but it was an incredible experience to be there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I loved every step of the way.
That's awesome.
Yeah.